Hello and welcome to the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Cinco Bingo Tournament, Summer 2021. Um,
Greetings.
so today we do have Paradoxical Remedy versus Atuna. Another match from the group H. Actually, I don't think it's H, but it's a group that's actually been working through the matches very, very quickly.
Yeah, so there have been these both of our players have each played one match.
Yes, and Atuna actually won his match, while Paradox ended up taking quite an upset to PokeFan 1937. So we're gonna see if he can, kind of bounce back from that.
Either way, this is gonna be quite a really good match because Paradox has been doing this since even the first tournament. So, and Atuna is really good on his own right. So this will be. I am really looking forward to this match.
Yeah, I think one of our racers is having a little bit of internet issues, so we're still gonna be waiting. As well, we don't have the bingo card quite available for you all on stream yet, but we are working on that.
When we do have I think Paradox would be purple and Atuna will be green.
Right. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about right now because, like I said, we are waiting for our other racer, the Paradoxical Remedy, to return to his broadcast. He did experience a little bit of internet issues, but hopefully that'll be resolved shortly.
Please bear with us. We apologize for everything being a little bit delayed. We'll be set up shortly.
Okay, looks like Paradox is having a reset of his internet. This is the latest we started the match. I think the match was supposed to start a little bit ago, but it's not entirely on setup's end. It looks like this racer, one of our racers, still does not have their internet back up. So it's going to be a little bit longer. Let me see if I can get some music on. That is the card from our last race. Yeah, that's the card from the race we just did with Snow Bear and Hercules Bench Press.
Yes, Scarf, we're waiting just so you can straight up be here on time. So this is so don't worry, guys. We have everything is under control eventually. Okay, folks, we are back. Thank you for being so patient.
Alright, so like I said before, this is a match between Paradoxical Remedy and Atuna. Atuna being the winner of his previous match versus Trickums, and then Paradoxical Remedy actually taking a loss to Pokemon Fan. So this is really for a matter of Paradox extending his lead, extending his lead in the group stage for Atuna extending his lead in the group stage for Paradox bouncing back and actually putting Atuna on a level playing field in terms of win-loss ratio. We'll see how this goes.
Before we do anything, we should probably reintroduce ourselves in case for those people who.
I am the head organizer of this event.
I am Snowbear. I am also a head organizer, but he's. I am a organizer rather.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the race time room, and then our players should be able to go ahead and start. They've been given a 15-second countdown.
Alright, so looking at the card right now, what do you think, we're going to be having our racers, or what do you think the racers are going to be focusing on?
Well, let's see. They do need to... Actually, yeah, okay, so there is the goal on the card, defeat a Lapras. That is a goal that, when done the traditional way, can only be completed on Friday. But they could just stumble upon a random Lapras on a team or something, or on a trainer.
There is the Poison Barb though in the bottom left, so it synergizes with the Friday goal.
Something keeps trying to show up on stream. Let me try to see if I can get that fixed.
So it looks like we have both runners starting at the daytime and on Friday. So that's good to know. So they're both prepared to do the day goal. As the chat points out, Rising Match is very scary because that's defeating Claire, which is one of the harder ones to start. So our starters today are Gloom, Girafarig, and Scyther. And it looks like Atuna took the Scyther, while Paradox took the Girafarig. Both are very good choices. Scyther is a little bit faster than Girafarig, but they both have their good, decent attacks. This is Cinco Bingo, which means you have to get 5 bingos, which is rows, columns, or diagonals to win. They can be overlapping. It just first the 5 bingos wins as soon as they press the done button that we have in their menu. For the future in this kind of case, when you see goals are marked, Atuna will be green, whereas Paradox will be purple. So that's already a steel type right in the first round, and Atuna sees that Scizor, which is really clutch. And Paradox is getting the tour for the map. Wow, no, that's something I haven't seen in a long time. So puts them a little bit behind there compared to Atuna, but it's not much of a difference. And Paradox has a really unique buy, where he does 10 Pokeballs, a few potions, some antidotes, and a Paralyze Heal to get to the exact 0. Everyone has their kind of different buy. A standard buy, for example, would be 5 Pokeballs, 2 potions, and 4 repels. But it's really up to everyone's comfort. So Atuna's first back to rival, but I guess he's also doing the map, huh? So I think that it might have been a gentleman's agreement for that kind of thing. Meanwhile, Paradox is dealing with the rival, and yes, stab Hyper Beam on the Giraffe Rig is really good, and makes short work of that gloom. Oh my gosh, that's unfortunate. Wait, no, the track is getting there, and it seems like there's just no end to that fight. While Paradox has decided to watch the Pokemon catching tutorial with Skip, and that's a Skiploom. Although it's a bummer that's not on the card, but regardless, it seems to have. It's still some good information if they need it. I mean, I suppose it's on the card with 25 different Pokemon owned. Ah, I missed that. He ran out of PP, dig PP because of Spite. Oof. It looks like Paradox is the first one, could potentially be the first one to get the goal, seeing the Scizor showing up for him. It looks like he's having a hard time catching the Scizor. It's not getting the ball. So for those who are unaware, the reason why you see Paradox throwing the Pokeball at the full HP is that nominally, each Pokeball has a 1/3 chance in catching from full HP. However, it sometimes doesn't feel like that. We like to say in the community that 1 in 3 is a lie. It is not possible to evolve. Oh, sorry. It is possible to evolve trading Pokemon, but not via trade. They have all been set to evolve via levels, or Waterstone in the case of Slowking. So, for example, the generic trade Pokemon all evolve at level 37. So that's for Machamp, Alakazam, and Gengar. Kingdra evolves at 40. Slowking is now a Waterstone evolution because Slowbro is the level 1. So it looks like they're all searching for mains, but Atuna has found a Bellsprout. So Bellsprout is one of those special Pokemon because it's one of the 4 trading Pokemon you can trade off to an NPC in Johto. There are 3 more in Kanto, but the runners won't go into Kanto beyond going to Tojo Falls. So Bellsprout one's actually really key because that's right in Violet City. And so that's what we can do. Rocky Strats, which is the Rocky is the name of the Pokemon he gets traded to. It's normally an Onix, but in this case it's randomized. So it's also very common to see someone do that trade stat. However, you have to be aware that before you beat Bugsy, you will have disobedience once the Pokemon gets above level 10. And thank you, Garth, for catching the ones I missed. That yes, Onix, Scyther, and Porygon are all level 30 evolutions. Ooh, and Paradox's Girafarig learns Ice Punch. That's huge! It makes it much more runnable.
Is he about to have the same issue Atuna did? 'Cause I was looking out the corner of my eye and I saw he had a stalling issue with a Scyther or something.
He did. He got spited out of Dig PP and he had to rely on Attract and to do any damage.
Attract doesn't do damage though.
Well, to stall out the Pokemon while he got damaged and lost.
True. Oh yeah, that'll happen. It's not the worst thing that can happen to you though. There is kind of a soft lock with this game sometimes, where if an opponent uses the move, I think it's if the opponent calls the move Assist through Metronome.
That's beyond this gen. Previously there was a problem with beat up, but that has been solved by removing beat up from NPC from level up move sets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking of the move beat up. But yeah, that's probably the worst thing that can happen to you.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. I don't know if you saw it, but both of the players talked to the map card guy in Cherry Grove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, and Bellsprout holding a TM-01. So TM-01 is actually the one you normally get for defeating Chuck. So that's really interesting. And let's go Sunkern, as Atuna destroys that Scyther with Sunkern. So Paradox seems to be still looking for a main on Route 31, although you never know what's going to go on. Whereas Atuna has now caught Cloyster. I don't know if Metronome beat up works in any like that. I don't know. It's very rare, but it might.
Okay, so Atuna's found a Butterfree, and that is on the card.
That is on the card. So both of their players know about the Scizor on Route 29. They both saw it. So this will be the first actually marked goal, which is exciting.
Yeah, as well, I don't think if Atuna's noticed, but his Bellsprout is holding a TM that's actually Chuck's TM. So if it's good, he could teach it and then get that TM back later when he defeats Chuck.
I hope he does notice it before he trades it off. Up. And he just got it. Perfect. Do you think he'll trade it?
I know the Butterfree has Headbutt, so he's going to be Headbutt checking.
And is that the 9 that Paradox is fighting?
Judging by how much damage he's not doing, I would assume so.
Wow. Yeah, so that's the 9. The 9 is the first trainer on the gym. It's usually one of the biggest walls at the start. And wow, that Blastoise Headbutt.
He definitely should continue using Ice Punch. I don't know why he stopped. Maybe
yeah, Ice Punch would be the most...
I think he's trying to get the attack boost from Metal Claw.
Regardless, the Ice Punch is the best way to deal with it because Scizor has much less special defense than defense.
You do not Esham. The way it works is, as long as the Pokemon is marked Own in your Pokedex, you do continue to have the goal until... Like, he can release the Butterfree and still have the goal because the Pokedex shows that he's owned one at any point in time.
Correct. The only time a goal will be unmarked is if you, for example, reset. If you catch it in the contest and reset, then you will have to unmark the goal because you no longer have it marked in your decks. But you don't actually have to keep the Pokemon owned when you're doing the contest. I do like how Paradox is sticking out with that Girafarig. I think it's actually Girafarig is one of those underrated Pokemon that's really good in the randomizer because its moveset is unlocked.
Yeah, you look at its stats and it may not be that impressive, but you know it levels up really quickly. Like, and it has bulk that can't be analyzed through stats. Like, it hits hard and it can take many shots. So actually my best time is with a Girafarig. So
I think one of the things is the general baseline for I think what we call like really good attack is around the 100 mark in Crystal. So it's a little Girafarig is around special. 80 or 90, which is still very good. It also has early access to Headbutt, which is huge because it is a stab or same type. It gets same type of attack bonus.
Stab is just a blessing to have, and that definitely just makes Pokemon that share a normal type a lot better, because that Headbutt TM is guaranteed, Strength is guaranteed, so it's not very uncommon to see people rank stuff like Fearow and
Tauros,
Granbull. A lot of those things get ranked very highly just because they do get to enjoy that guaranteed normal stab.
And it comes fairly early, so I mean, Surf is probably the other good thing for a special Pokemon. If you can make it to Morty, or if you can make it to the Kimono Girls, you're good. But yeah, having access to a very good attack in either Headbutt, Surf, or even Strength is huge. And oh my goodness, did you see what that TM was?
Yep, the Bellsprout was holding a Ice Beam TM.
That's huge! Although it's not as good on their Aerodactyl, but...
And Beedrill's also here.
And so Paradox has gone through...
Yeah, he's done.
Sorry.
He's moving. he's done with Violet City, and he's moving on. But Atuna just got here, so he doesn't know, but he does need to pick up the pace. He's going to catch up. He does have Beedrill Butterfree. He does know now that Paradox is moving because he's picked up the Poison Barb, which everyone knows is on Route 32. Every one of our racers, rather.
Right. That's the guaranteed one. That's not to say it's the only. I mean, it could be in one of those random hidden items, but it's definitely not. That's the one that's for sure most likely. And Paradox is fishing. Do you think he's trying to find a new main?
I would not doubt it. I mean, it's worth checking once or twice because there could be something good there. Hoot is not that.
I mean, it's on the card technically, right?
I mean, I honestly don't see it. Oh,
it's 25 owned.
Oh, yeah.
That is true, Easton, that Aerodactyl has enough special to make it useful for coverage. And, oh my gosh, that's a Lapras! I don't know if Atuna's gonna find out where that is.
There's no way. But, no, he's not catching it. Oh, it has a rock move, okay.
That's even better!
I mean, you can just come back here and defeat it.
Yeah, I think it's best not to give away that you have Lapras defeating already, but that's huge. Roll out... Oh, Ice Beam and Thrash Lapras. Actually, I think that Lapras actually is a lot more writable than the Girafarig here.
Yeah, it is just a shame that he has to keep rollout on it. Or actually, he doesn't, since he knows exactly where the Lapras is. So he can get another one.
But he would have to unmark it. I think it's just probably easier just to keep rollout anyways. It's a very workable move. The only problem with Lapras is it's really slow, so you will be going second pretty much every single fight. You do see Paradox though fishing in the cave, and Slowpoke Well and Union Cave have different fishing slots than Route 32. Fishing is a little bit weird in this game, where it's by certain types of areas. So common fishing spots are usually 32, either the cave or Slowpoke Well, since those two share fishing slots, and then Ilex Forest.
I mean, it does. Oh, he's running it off Slash alone. Oh my god, what a guy.
I mean, I think it's worth it, but I would have stuck with that Lapras actually. Or maybe the Giraffe Egg too, but...
I mean, he's got a TM to check here, so... Yeah, it's true, you can hit Ghost with Mud Slap. Unless they have Levitate. Oh, I don't know if he meant to hit that Pokemaniac. Yeah, Pokemaniac's not on the card, so it's definitely a mistake.
I mean, at the same time, it could be
Oh
Pokemon
god,
needs...
that's bad. Thank you for the raid from SpeedGaming Espanol.
Thank you very much. And... buenas noches.
Bienvenido.
Yes, bienvenido and buenas noches for all those who are tuning in.
Give me a second. Okay, so the TM for Paradox hopefully is good enough to teach the Kangaskhan. No!
Oh, actually, he could make it work with Foresight! Foresight Slash! Perfect coverage!
Perfect. Oh my god. No, don't say that. Oh, I can see it. I'm manifesting it. I want to see this. I don't want him to do that, but it's good content.
Look, we already got the map card person. I see no reason not to do that.
How do I get out of this booth? How do I can't be here any longer if he's running Foresight Slash Kangaskhan.
Did he actually teach it?
No, I think he's about to sell the TM actually. Or if he hasn't already.
Boo. So definitely do check out some of the matches though on SpeedGaming Espanol. We have some of the matches that will be restreamed there, so definitely keep your ears and eyes tuned to everything. So for those who are just tuning in, this is again a match from Group I, where Atuna has 1 win and Paradox has 1 loss. And so they're continuing to do their matches in their group, actually at a very quick clip. So stay tuned. You'll probably see a lot of their group in the next few days.
Yeah, tomorrow actually we have Pokefan versus Atuna, and then on Monday we have Pokefan versus Athena. Athena versus Paradox on Tuesday. Trickums versus Pokemon Fan also on Tuesday. So yeah, this group's gonna advance really, really quickly.
Trickums has a lot of his matches scheduled for the next several days, so it's really good that they're getting this done, as everyone has 6 weeks to get done 4 matches. And this tournament just started yesterday, so it's already gone a lot of matches underway, which is very good to see.
Get him, Fortress. Unlucky. Yes, yes, yes. Good boy. Or girl.
I believe it's a girl.
I think you're right.
What have you done? You've cursed these poor souls.
Yeah, Tuna's not going to have the issue because it locked itself into Thrash.
It also used Roar on Atuna. Oh wow, that Aerodactyl had jump kick? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how strong it was. Well, it's got one move and then Nightshade. Unfortunately, that Poliwrath is giving him a lot more trouble. It's actually giving both of our runners a lot of trouble. But the Scyther comes in clutch with the Mirror Coat.
So Easton needed to submit you versus Vilks. That I think that is one that they'll probably end up putting on SpeedGaming Espanol. Looks like they're trying to feature races that come from the Spanish community on Speedruns Espanol. So that'll be multi-streamed on 2 platforms. That'll be cool.
And it looks like Paradox is back out of the well after doing that. Although that's very sloppy of the Rockets to just leave the Slowpoke tail there, considering they've been cutting off the Slowpoke's tails. Oh my gosh, what did that Raichu? Oh, it had Thunder Punch. Oh no. That's... oof, that's really bad for Atuna.
Luckily he didn't do fire strats and go back to Violet City.
Those are the forbidden strats. So here's the thing about the trainer. So a lot of the people will fight the left twin, and the left twin actually has a different set of Pokemon than the right twin.
Right, because the way it works in vanilla, they do have the same team, regardless. But depending on which person you talk to, it's supposed to simulate like a double battle, and whichever one you talk to sends out their Pokemon first. But the way that the game handles this internally is it does have them as 2 different trainers. Even though in vanilla they'd just be the same thing but with flip-flopped, Pokemon order. So it is two completely different teams you can fight.
What's really interesting though is if you didn't know is that the twins that are in Dragon's Den actually are both coded as the same, because they both have Dratinis in the vanilla game. Just a little interesting tidbit fact, although I don't think we'll ever go to Dragon's Den unless someone's very desperate. I had a question for Lapras whether it had stuff. It had Thrash and Ice Beam, which are both 90 and 95 power, respectively. Oh, that Bone Club's a huge gem for both Paradox and Atuna once Atuna gets it. Since they are both running physical sweepers, or mains as we generally like to call it. So it's really interesting that both of our runners have 5 different types of Pokeballs already. Normally, that requires either clock resetting or defeating Claire. So it's really big that they got that. And oh, that's huge! A Paradox gets Mag Cargo information. Since the Tuna and Paradox started with different starters, their rivals will have different Pokemon. So this is huge information that only Paradox has.
So actually, the races are actually keeping it a little bit tight. Both of them having Poison Barb and 5 different types of ball, and then each of them having their own, I think, equally, opportune individual goals. I think Rock Move's probably gonna be a little bit harder because I think Paradox is gonna end up metagaming where Atuna found Beedrill Butterfree, and he's gonna find one of the two. I'm pretty sure they're in the same patch of grass.
If he has the information on that, yeah.
Although he doesn't need the information, he can just see when Atuna marked it.
That's true. But at the same time, since Atuna is running Aerodactyl is actually weak to Rock because Rock does not resist Rock.
Right, so he's going to see all of the Rock moves that everything has. Oh, that's Ice Punch Giraffe. We forgot.
Yes. The deadliest giraffe. Oof, and he takes a reset. Yikes.
Oh, if he was at that health when the first Ice Punch hit, then he's fine. I thought he took like all of it all the way down to like that tiny amount.
I am really curious because the Paradox continues to pick up items, which I'm not entirely sure why. I guess other than having money and perhaps he's trying to find a mystery berry?
Yeah, that's the only item goal on the card where, you can pick it up off the ground. It's the only item goal left on the card, period, actually.
Or was.
Man, what's Atuna's plan? He's kind of getting dunked on.
He might need to pull out his other Pokemon from the box.
I mean, wipe grinding is equally respectable. Like, he should just take the wipe after the Mankey and take the level. And then just, like, slowly grow.
I mean, his other out is a critical slash.
Which, it's unreasonable for him to ask for that, honestly. There we go, I just had to jinx him into getting it.
Commentator's blessing. Oh no.
It got worse somehow. Oh, Super Potion. Or do that.
Oh no! It has Thunder Punch?
Oh,
I don't know if he can make it through that.
he only has potions. I mean, Dragonite special is only like 100. It's fine.
Also, Paradox just picked up a second bike.
Yeah, one for each foot. Crit again. Oh my god, he got another crit. Alright, he's through.
Woo!
See his mouse. He's so excited. I'm happy for him too. That looked like pain and suffering and misery.
And Paradox just named the Kangaskhan Hulk friend.
Me? That's not my friend.
It is now.
That's. I believe there's been a misunderstanding. That's not my friend at all. But whatever makes him happy, man. Whatever.
At least he ascribes better taste to the Pokemon than you do.
There's nothing wrong with liking foragers.
It's okay. We're good friends. I'm sure he'll forgive me.
Friend look happy. Oh, he's running that. Oh, that's his main. Oh, I'm gonna be accused of having Kangaskhan as a buddy for the remainder of this race. Is what's gonna happen. It seems.
I don't think that's an issue.
Alright, it's been fun.
I'm more upset he ran away from that bear and didn't catch it.
I think that was perfectly optimal. The bear serves him no purpose.
Excuse me? The bear is the most optimal main that there is.
Honestly, we were talking about normal types that receive the benefit from the same type tap bonus, and headbutt and strength throughout the race that are guaranteed. And Earth Strength's probably one of the ones that benefits off it the most.
It's got one of the highest attacks at 130 base attack, which is tied with like Kingler and a few others. And I believe it's also tied with Ho-Oh. It also has decent special attack at 75, with its biggest issue being its slow base 60 speed.
60 is perfectly fine in Crystal. Bramble's 50 or something.
Yeah, but there's all sorts of Pokemon, but you can't go wrong with the Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan, or we like to call it the Kangas Mom, is one of the strongest normal types as well, and that's a very good upgrade of an attack. Bone Meringue.
Practically an Earthquake if it hits.
I see, I think we have a gentleman's agreement to call it all Hulk friend. Or...
Why? Who hurt you?
I believe you did. I think they both picked up the double bike. I think that's been one of the themes that they both like to do.
I hate it here.
But yeah, that's pretty good, the Skarmory information there, although I don't think it'd be too big of an issue considering both of them have, or at least know where the Scizor is on Route 29. So one of the biggest drawbacks that for both of our runners planning it on the day is that they are not able to fight that policeman, so they must fight this juggler.
Right, there is something you can do. You know, typically in 35 trainers on the card, what players will do is set their time to nighttime, so that police officer becomes fightable, because he's actually faster to fight than the juggler with 4 Pokemon. But if you do that, you do run the risk of having a slow, time to finish everything. I guess it wouldn't matter since this is a pure Friday card. They could have just
Right.
set it to like 8 p.m. or something.
Well, the other thing is that, you know, the Juggler is 4 Pokemon, whereas the Blaze Guard is 1. And I don't know if you caught it, but one of the Game Corner Pokemon is Beedrill. It's actually the 100 coin Pokemon, if I saw correctly.
Oh, so Paradox just has that now. Very good.
If he collected the coin case. I don't know if he did.
Oh, he did. I saw him collected in the underground.
I think Paradox is taking all the Pokemon to the Bone Zone, considering he has both Bone Club and Bone Meringue. He only needs Bone Rush to complete the trio. And thank you for the raid from SpeedGaming 5, so welcome everyone who's just tuning in. This is a tournament match between Paradoxical Remedy and Atuna, who's streaming by the 14th Pie. Oh, and thank you, Garf, for correcting me that it was the most expensive one. So that's the 1500 coin poke, which means it requires 30,000 Pokédollars. But he also has this Weedle information, so hopefully it's in a easy enough place to catch. So it's a really nice goal so a lot of times it's always a question about when to do this goal of defeat 8 trainers on Route 35. Because a lot of the times, either if you have a main, or then you can skip them and get it later when you're trying to do evolve 4 different Pokemon, or you can do it right away to help solidify your main. One of the things
Snowbear, I think you got by the push to talk monster.
Oops.
So one of the that's what it sounded like.
Whoops.
So Paradox now entering Whitney's gym. Unfortunately, absolutely required to proceed. Unlike the remainder of the gyms, after this point, you can leave Ecruteak City without having beaten the gym. You can't get very far, but you can leave without going to the gym. You can get to another city, but the squirt bottle lady will not give you the squirt bottle unless you've beaten Whitney. So
I made that mistake in my race. That seems to be a common one I make. With the item rando, it's a little bit different, so... Although, I guess, to get to my point earlier, before I got eaten by the push the talk button, is that there's really no wrong time to do the defeat Route 35 trainers. You can use it initially before beating Whitney to help solidify your main and give it the levels to help make Whitney easier, or you can even do them later to help with evolving 4 different Pokemon. So, what do you think the Sudowoodo is going to be?
I think it'll be a randomized Pokemon between the numbers of 1 and 251 specifically. There's another bear. I wonder if he's going to catch it.
I am so ashamed. I'm going to have to tell Paradox. He's disappointing me. And we have the technology now. You can now see the bingo card stuff. So for those who are just wondering who's doing what, now it's a little bit more obvious who's got what goals.
Okay, so Paradox is now in the Kimono Girl Dance Studio, and you have to fight all of these trainers to obtain the Surf HM. Funny thing about his main, Kangaskhan, I'm pretty sure in the vanilla game it can learn to surf anyway, so it doesn't need to have the randomized, unlocking of HM compatibility to have learned surf.
Unfortunate troll, that Moltres sketched, and then it used Endure to make it take a little bit longer.
Okay, so now he has obtained the Surf HM. He can't use it yet outside of battle. He does need to defeat Morty first. But it's a really good move, so we definitely tend to get it beforehand. But I guess he doesn't have a place on Kangaskhan's moveset. I mean, I think Kangaskhan only has like 35 to 45 special attack.
It's 40. It's very poor.
Yeah, it's not great. So I wouldn't teach Surf to it. I mean, I might as
It's a coverage move if he needs to against rock types, but he's got the Bone Club and Bone Ring, so I think he's okay there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bone Club and Bone Ring. Oh, he has both Bone Club and Bone Ring?
Double bone to go with his double bike, as Garf aptly put it.
Oh. I wouldn't be so upset if this thing has my name on it and that's such a mistake. Oh well.
Do you think our runners will go for Rising Badge?
I don't see Rising Badge. Oh. I don't think either of them has the main to go for.
I mean, Atuna has the Bellsprout. He can trade it any time.
Right, but he should have been running it at this point if you wanted to trade it for something.
Well, no, I'm just saying trading it afterwards.
I'm surprised he didn't even look at the trade.
I mean, you're going to be dealing with a lot of obedience
I know, but
issues,
if it was
and it was level
legendary
2
or something, that kind of takes it down to somewhat near the regular experience curve.
It's level. It was level 2 at that point, which means that the trade Pokemon would also
Right,
be
I
level
understand
2.
that, but I think it's worth checking. is what I'm
I
trying
mean,
to say.
absolutely. I think it would be worth checking. Although I think he was hiding the information so that Paradox didn't see it.
I mean, even if you'd done the trade right away, it could have been on Route 29, Route 46, Route 30, Route 31, or Dark Cave, or Route 36. So, or
That's
Ruins
true.
of Alph. So it doesn't necessarily narrow it down to any specific route where Paradox could have found it.
That's very true.
Or it could have been the Sprout Tower. Unlikely, but it could have been. Because Atuna spent a long time before getting to Violet. Just out
He
in the
did.
wilderness.
So, now that we've got a little bit more clearer picture of the goals of the cards, where do you think our runners? What do you think are? Sorry, where do you think our runners are going to be aiming for, like the pathwise to do?
To be honest, I haven't seen a whole lot of info. I've been, dealing with administrative stuff. But right now, Road 2 is free for Atuna, and Paradox if you can fork up the money for the expensive Game Corner poke. I think that's
Column 5 is a huge possibility for
They have
Atuna.
Polyrath looking info.
Polyrath, yeah, it was wrecking him in Slowpoke Well.
Okay, yeah, so Atuna could definitely do that, but that also involves doing Rising Badge. I think it might not hurt Atuna to check for the Roamer once or twice if it's good. Because Atuna knows cries, and he can tell if the Roamer's good or not. And if with a good Roamer, he can definitely defeat Rising Badge. That's okay, we can switch over to Atuna's audio and hear it again.
That'd be good. I wasn't paying attention, but thank you, Garf, for paying attention. Garf always astute, and on top of that,
I run Atuna's audio now, so whenever he does go to the roamers, we'll be able to hear them.
I'll make sure to be quiet so we can hear him.
Okay, that should be good. So first he does have to do the Level 2 fight.
I'm always amused by this Rival 2 fight because of all the potential glitches you can get once you when you sequence break stuff. For example, if with an item randomizer, if you go into the basement before fighting this rival, his sprite does not appear. So you end up fighting an invincible trader.
I don't think I've actually ever seen that before. I didn't know about that.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. But that's for another time, as we should but we will have some an item randomizer tournament eventually in the winter. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but it's in the works.
Yeah, Tuna's living these rival battles very, very narrowly. Yeah, Atuna only gave it one try. But, you know, it was worth a try because, you know, without higher level main, he does have, you know, more success with the Rising Badge, which, you know, as we pointed out, is very much something that could benefit him in completion.
It's a little
Guess I had
unfortunate
a
that
fail,
neither
though.
of them got the. Actually, you know, the funny part is it's probably okay that neither of them got the radio card because today is a Friday they set in game time, which means it would not be the Pokemon March. I believe it would be instead the Pokemon Lullaby, which decreases chances of getting an encounter. So it's interesting that Paradox fought the female Pokefan rather than the male one. It's usually you fight one or the other one. But if you don't fly, you want to fight the male one because when you go from the south up, you still have to fight him. I am so hyped to see Shucky. Shucky is one of those interesting Pokemon. It always comes with a berry. So if you do the TM13 goal, which is not on the card today, it's a welcome source of an additional berry. It is interesting to note that Paradox prefers Slash to Strength on the Kangaskhan, and partly that's because the Slash has a high crit chance, which I think in his calculation is better than the 10 additional power from Strength. It's a pretty close trade-off regardless. Neither one is perhaps wrong, but it is a good thing to note, as Garf pointed out.
Yeah, so at this point we do have Atuna trailing just a little bit, but you know, he's not making horrible time. Like, you know, this will still work out for him, I think. Especially since he does have a leg up on Paradox in terms of goals. Paradox will either have to come together with the money to buy Beedrill from the game corner, or he'll have to go find where Atuna found it originally, which is no guarantee. He just has to rely on his gut there.
He does have the Weedle information, though, from the trainers on Route 35.
Right. As well as,
actually, that might be preferred with the evolve 4 different Pokemon, because if you evolve the Weedle up to the Beedrill, it'd be counting as 2 Pokemon. So Paradox is fighting Chuck at about the hour mark. A really good sign of a player generally is being able to beat Chuck around the hour mark. It's not a hard and fast goal, considering there's could be a lot of detours, but that's generally held up. It's held up as kind of a goal marker, being able to defeat Chuck in under 1 hour or around the hour mark.
Alright, so we see Paradox here climbing the lighthouse. Looks like he's gonna go fight that sailor.
You mean Atuna?
Sorry, Atuna is climbing the lighthouse. And he's gonna go fight the sailor that yields
So-
the phone number.
Meanwhile, Paradox has fly, so I'm assuming he's gonna probably beeline his way to the shiny. So this ROM has been rather light on information. I don't think we have all that many Pokemon informations. Although getting that Master Ball is a huge help to prevent time waste and the Pokemon breaking out balls. Oof, Paradox got bike shopped into first style encounter. Oof.
Where is Atuna going?
Is he might be going for the TM as well, actually. Either that or maybe he forgot about where the sailor is.
Whatever it is, I just pray he didn't misread Rising Badge's Mineral Badge.
That would be very unfortunate. Look, Ma, it's a shiny victory bell.
Okay, it looks like he is going for the TM.
Fun fact, he could have actually not gone to the top. There's a different trainer on the bottom that you would have to fight instead of this one with one less Pokemon, but it would be a longer walk. So now Paradox has entered sort of the cleanup phase. Now that he's done all the most of the progress that he needs, he's in the cleanup phase.
And Atuna took quite a gamble on that TM, even though it ended up being something he could have just bought from the TM shop in Goldenrod.
Well, no, he's looking for the Swagger and Thief TM.
Right, but the TM he ended up getting from that was one of the TMs in the mart.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Those are randomly done. It looks like Weedle's in a lighthouse. And I didn't see where the Poliwrath or the Magcargo are. Oh, and I guess Paradox is not catching that Poliwag. That Poliwag would have been actually really close to evolving to Poliwhirl. One level, I believe, so a little bit different. But I guess he can always do the Poliwrath a different way.
So Atuna's very close to being finished with Chuck's gym. It's not that great of a time, but he did also fight 8 trainers on 35, so it does kind of weigh you down a little bit on what your best potential time is. That is Slowking info though.
That's true.
Considered that yet?
We haven't. Although the other thing is that he did go up the lighthouse and did the setup for Call a Sailor and the TM, so that's also some different times as well.
Oh yeah, that definitely ate up a lot as well.
Oh, that Chikorita is a high level, but I guess he's still not looking for that. I'm always on the lookout when there's the Evolve 4 goal for Pokemon that are a little bit over leveled and able to just with one level evolve.
Paradox has been on Route 44 for a very long time. I'm not exactly sure what he's looking for. I'm sure we'll see soon enough. Something must have caught his eye in his Pokedex.
It was the Poliwrath, but yeah, I don't know. I think I would have gone with the Poliwag because it would have had synergy with the Evolve 4 since you would evolve it twice.
Yeah, at this point, he's just kind of like, okay, I'm done with this. If I were for Paradox, I'd actually go to Route 38 to get Slowking, because here, he's doing with 10 slots instead of 7 on Route 38.
That's true. For those who are a little bit new or not quite aware, grass patches and ground floors of any cave or dungeon have 7 slots. Water has 3 slots surfing, and the rod slots are dependent on which rod you use, with the old rod having 3 slots only, whereas the good and super rod each have 4 slots. So Paradox is using the Dex area beep to correctly figure out which room the Pokemon are in. When it's the correct floor, it will beep, and it's a newer setting that we've enabled for this tournament. Oh, and that Rattata is huge! That'll be perfect for Eradicate.
Not interested, apparently. Maybe he doesn't recognize it's on the card.
It's possible. It might also be he wants to hide the Eradicate information from Atuna, but
the farther down he goes, the more likely Mad Cargo and Weedle are on the same floor, which is very convenient.
Well, there are 5 different areas in Ice Path, so
yeah,
it's gotta be in one of them.
He's already confirmed 3 of them, or 2 of them. This will be the 3rd. Weedle's not here. Mad Cargo is here. You heard that beeping.
So this is perfect.
That's the sound that indicates which floor. is the correct floor to be on to find any given encounter. And there it is. Very, very lucky.
First time, every time. Too easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you could probably get away with slashing that, even with a crit. Oh, don't kill yourself. Alright, cool.
Mad Cargo is a friend. He's bulky with defenses. Not so much special defenses. Oh, and here we have Paradox naming it Swag Cargo. There's a tradition that some of the players have in naming it Mad Cargo Swag Cargo, and then obtaining the black glasses. We also like to take screenshots of that.
Oh yeah, that's Atuna found the wrong TM. You end up finding TM 20 at Lake of Rage instead of TM 34 and 46. TM 04 or TM 20 are goals on the card. I believe we had a match earlier today with that as a goal.
Yeah, it shares a bingo square goal with a couple of different things, but yes. Paradox also picked it up. And it looks like this is the floor for Weedle.
Yeah.
How likely do you think it is that they'll go for the 25 owned?
I feel like it's both of them have to have a decent amount of Pokemon. Especially Atuna. Atuna had like 6 Pokemon before he ever stepped foot in Violet. Magmar's huge.
I only kind of wish that you picked up that Rattata. That would go perfect with it.
Not necessarily. I don't know how many Gyarados Pokemon he has, but he can't have too many.
He has at least one with the Articuno.
Oh yeah, perhaps. Oh, it has Meditate. Oh dear.
And it's Sky Attack.
Yeah, that should
so
be
it's going to hit like a truck.
That'll make his catch rate roughly around 70% or so.
And Atuna is into the traps. So that'll be interesting to see. The first one was a Zubat. The second one was a Dugtrio. And the third was a Clefairy.
Yeah, Electabuzz is great and all, but... Or Magmar is great and all, but he hasn't seen the main attraction yet. And unfortunately, you know... Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, that can take you a long time, but Weedle did not. Unfortunately, I don't think he's actually gonna get much out of this Weedle, because it's very, very, very high leveled. Unless he's using rare candies, I don't think he's gonna be able to evolve it.
Glory to the Electrode Bear. And the Electrode Kingdra. I'm a little surprised though that Atuna did not catch the Clefairy he found in the traps. That would be another source of Evolve 4 Pokemon.
Yeah, it doesn't really have info on Magmar though, or Electabuzz Jinx. Or maybe they do, I just haven't noticed.
I don't think so, no. Paradox happened to be lucky to stumble across that.
Yeah, so the only thing Evolve 4 would get for him is row 3, but that would also involve him finding the random TM, so just in general, it's not anything he has to go for right now.
I guess it's a little bit different. I always like to keep those kind of goals in the back of my mind, but I mean, it's not hard to find evolves everywhere.
I mean, like I said, if he needs it, he knows where it is. That's kind of, I imagine that's the way he's looking at it. Like, you know, it's still there, it's still a trap. He didn't kill it or anything.
It's true.
Exactly,
I mean, the goal. Sorry, that's true. It's I mean, the idea is to get 5 bingos. You don't. If it's a goal that's not on your path, then it's not necessarily something you need to get.
What is he doing? Why did he... Oh, I think he keeps trying to repel. He's doing the Bakura thing.
Was he using an escape rope instead?
Yeah. Bakura
Isn't
did
it
that in
just
Alex
as-
for us today.
Oh no. At least neither of these runners pulled the snow bear thing, which was forget to talk to the blue-haired girl.
So Atuna's getting HM07 Waterfall, preparing for what could be a trek to the Elite Four if things don't show up.
Well, actually, with the obtaining a Rising Badge and Waterfall, there's only one TM location that's completely out of reach, and that would be Rock Tunnel.
Yeah.
Of course, he would still have to actually defeat Price for the use of Whirlpool to get the Solar Beam TM location after Tojo falls.
His movement looks very panicked. I'm noticing. I don't know why he would be panicking it. I wouldn't say Paradox is even remotely close.
Oh,
to
that's huge! Paradox gets the Dragonair trade, so it's not even the Bellsprout trade that Atuna found. It's a totally different one.
Yeah, we haven't seen either of those trades, so one of them could be for a goal on the card.
So that's huge that Paradox found it in Dark Cave. I don't know what he was specifically looking for, if he's trying to metagame where the Beedrill Butterfree is.
Not interested. Oh, you said Paradox is metagaming where Beedrill Butterfree is.
Oh, I threw it off. He doesn't need the Beedrill Butterfree. He's got the Weedle.
No, but the Weedle's level 26. He can't reasonably evolve that twice. Every Pokemon has the same EXP curve, so it'd be just as hard as leveling up his thing from level 26 to 27 to 28.
I mean, he's doing Rising Badge anyways.
I'm not sure about that. I guess he was going to this water.
So he's trying to find the Slowking now. Although this is an interesting spot, trying to metagame it. But it's a fairly reasonable idea to think it's in the water slot, since neither of them marked it early.
Now, I don't want to be that guy, but it is nice to see Paradox, taking the one thing that, caused him to lose the last race, where he wasn't using Dexterity Beep at all, and he's making sure he's using it to its fullest extent. It's definitely helping him out here.
Yeah, I know, I mentioned it to him a little bit later. But it's also kind of interesting. But he did point out that he got a different goal when he didn't use it, so it's always a question of, do you want to sweep only the areas that you're looking for, or, do you want to just do random slot checks?
What I don't recommend is when you have info in Whirl Islands, don't do a fuzzy search of Whirl Islands.
Weren't you advocating that in that match?
If you're gonna check Whirl Islands for a Pokemon, what he was doing is he was checking like maybe 2 or 3 slots per floor, and it ended up being on the first floor that you walked away from.
I see.
I may have been advocating for it during the match, but I think I was advocating it under the assumption that he was going to use Dexterity Beep.
Oh, and that's a Bellsprout for a Machop, which is funny because normally the Machop
Scarf. It just tells you you're in the same area where the encounter table is.
Yeah, so it doesn't tell you between water and grass. It just tells you that you're in the area, the floor rather. Although I think it was interesting that the Bellsprout traded for a Machop, because normally you're trading an Abra for a Machop in Goldenrod.
Well, I have a good idea what the 60% is.
I would never know which one it is.
Oh yeah, there's a chance, but once he sees a third Pokemon in the water, if it's not, you know, get him on top of Cedra, like you'll know that it's in the grass. I hope
I
that's
think
been
if you
explained
know
to him.
the slot, if you know the slot levels, you can tell which one's the 30, the 60, and the 10%. But yes,
He
they
found
did
it.
correctly find it though.
Yeah, if we get Paradox in here for an interview, I think it is worth mentioning to him that it does not differentiate between land and the water. Just make sure he knows, because I'd feel absolutely horrible if that ended up costing him a match later on.
I think he was well aware that it was in the water because neither of them had seen it, and it's a pretty reasonable assumption.
Do they have any steel type info? Oh yeah, they have Fortress.
They also have. They both saw Caesar on Route 29.
Oh, is that what Atuna's looking for right now?
Most likely, yes.
Why is he trying to catch Pichu?
Maybe 25 owned. He's realized 25 owned is on his path, maybe?
I don't know.
Although Dragonair for Grimer, that's an interesting trade. It could have been on the card today, but it was not.
I believe it was on the last card.
It could be that Atuna, because it's one of Bakura's favorite Pokemon. I know he's good friends with Bakura.
Yeah, I mean, I guess throughout the entirety of Rising Badge, he might be able to get 2 levels on the Sweetle. I don't know, it's just, when it's that high of a level, you struggle, because it doesn't get as much from the Black-White experience system. Alright, he's found his Scizor, that's good. He's already caught it too, according to the bingo board.
Very good, yes.
So, Snowbear, who would you say is winning this match right now?
You know, it's really hard to tell. I think, though, that Paradox has a little bit of a lead because he's set up at least 2 bingo goal. But I mean, compared to Atuna's 1.
See, Atuna does have Rising Badge, Polaris Slowking, and then 25 owned and Matt Cargo. That is that's 3 different bingos. And
I don't
defeating
think
Rising Badge would also give him the defeat 40, which is 4. And then Mystery Berry, actually no. He
I don't think Atuna has information on Matt Cargo, but Paradox does have his goal, have his stuff lined up.
Does he not have info on Matt Cargo?
That was on Paradox's rival.
Oh, do they pick different Pokemon?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, they chose different ones.
Okay.
I mean, Atuna still has a decent way of going with Road 2 as well, but I don't know. I think Atuna is definitely right now setting up the 25 owned and trying to go for maybe row 5, although I don't know if he has that information. You know, I also forgot that Paradox does know where the Lapras is. Well, besides the Friday, he does know where an easy fishing Lapras is.
I doubt that'd be on average faster than going to fight the actual Lapras, because I believe that was the second slot he ran into while fishing on Route 32, and there's no saying that is the common on that route. Atuna just needs a Pokemon that's like level 3 or 4. Come on, man. They're not getting in. You need help.
Oh, did they have Eradicate information?
It's heaving a little bit, just watching that ball break and break and break and break and break.
Remember, folks, 1 in 3 is a lie.
It really is, though. Okay, he actually did get the Beedrill. I'm legitimately impressed.
I mean, as long as there's not baby Pokemons, you usually get a couple levels going through Claire's gym.
He got it right before he got to Claire, so... It was semi-close. There's no guarantee that all the Pokemon that Claire has even gets into the next level, so he did kind of run it kind of close. But if it works, it works.
If you're ever wondering about Paradox and why his character's name is F-Shock, that's actually an interesting story.
It's not a swear word, it's a fire truck.
Yes, it actually comes from, I believe, one of the commentary where he talked about how he loved fire trucks, and he would get distracted by that.
What is Atuna's plan? He's gonna go upstairs. I don't know what for. I honestly have no idea. He's buying stones, okay. Because yeah, he did catch Sunkern and Vulpix. I don't know what else he has though, because he's now decided that evolving 4 is a good idea after he's ran away from Jigglypuff and Clefairy. There we go. There is Atuna's TM34. At long
And was
last.
the part of the bottom of the basement, wow, or the market basement, which is really interesting because that's enabled with the crystal. Normally you would have to beat all the rockets back and forth to be able to get access to that, but with the Speed Choice crystal, with the plot list, once you talk to Lance after defeating the shiny, he gives you the card key and basement key so you could go down there. Indeed, a 2-for-1 bingos. And it looks like Paradox is about to get another 2-for-1 with that Scizor. And I think that was actually... There was even a better spot where it was just the water. Wow, and he gets it first try. That's very good. So I don't know. I wonder what Paradox is gonna do to finish up the board. He's got lots of different options. Although it looks like he's going for that Raticate.
Oh wow, Paradox has a lot of bingos.
Yes, he just caught the Scizor in Aquatic Water.
If Atuna is forfeiting, he has not made that aware. He's not made that clear to us. Never mind, he has indeed forfeited from the race time room.
Yes. Did he accidentally delete a save?
I don't know. But he is definitely stopped.
It's a bummer. Paradox will still have to continue, though.
Yeah, he does need to win the race in order for this to count as a win for him. Or he needs to finish it, rather.
Do you know why the timer stopped for the bingo card?
It was attached to Atuna's stream.
Oh. Looks like Paradox is gonna see if he can get the Evolve 4 Pokemon, since he's already done 2. I mean, it's just being fed to him, right? With the Vulpix as well. So he could finish off with calling the Sailor and defeating the Lapras, as well as the Evolving 4.
Okay, so Atuna's done, but he does want to come here and talk for an interview. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite him just to hear his thoughts on the match.
Okay.
Howdy. How was it?
It's quite terrible. Thanks for asking.
I'm sorry. What specifically do you think went wrong or, held you back?
One thing? I don't know. You tell me. You're the analyst.
Well, the first thing that we noticed was that you did spend a lot of time, just kind of living your jungle freedom outside of Violet City before actually stepping foot into the city.
What was was I doing?
It just seemed like you spent an
Headbutting.
excessive amount of time out in the wilderness before Violet City.
I didn't have a main.
Oh, were you not? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess
He
that's
was
fair.
finding a main, and he got
A very
pretty
bad
good with the
Aerodactyl.
Butterfree.
Besides that, I'm trying to think.
I mean, I think some
I'll
of
give
the
you the
fights
list,
were
but I
struggle.
think you can figure it out. A lot of this is pretty simple.
I do want to know. So you talked to the map guy.
Paradox and I made a list of things that we were gonna do this race.
Was that also including naming the main something after Hulk?
Yes, we had to name it after Hulk. We had to get 2 bikes. We had to do the catching tutorial and get the map card.
I don't know if we saw Paradox get the map card.
Oh, he should forfeit then.
I don't think it works that way.
No wonder he's like 17 minutes ahead of me. He didn't get the map card.
He did get the map card.
I forgot the map card takes 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Man,
He
that's
did
a
get the
big
map
win.
card. Actually, he got it first before you.
Yeah, I know. I did it on my way back because I was like, all right, I need to do that. I've literally never done this before.
Mm.
But yeah, he did have Mag Cargo info, I guess, from his rival.
I did too.
Oh, you did as well.
I was,
Oh.
the info I was lacking that I couldn't finish without was the either Venonat Paris or Electabuzz Jinx Magmar.
Yeah,
His
Paradox
rival,
was
I
looking-
assumed got it.
it was on the floor that Weedle was on in Ice Path.
Right. Okay, that was what I assumed because he marked Mag Cargo and then he got Electabuzz Jinx Magmar a little later, and I was like, okay, they're in the same place or at least nearby, or he had info, and I assumed we started with the same starter.
You guys started with different ones. You started with the Scyther. He started with the Girafarig.
Oh, did he? That giraffe ended up being a huge pain in my ass. Well, but
Yeah.
I kept encountering it in different places, like not just on Rival, but like there was one on Kimonos and there was one in 35 trainers, and I was just like, this thing hates me. It was really good against my Aerodactyl, just had a good
Ice
moveset
Punch
for it.
hurts.
Yeah, and like I couldn't get away from it. It was painful.
You did have some clutch fights with your
did.
rival.
It did. Double back-to-back slash crits felt pretty good. Anyway, he deserved to win. I had a bad main, I had a lot of bad info, and I had a lot of mistakes. He ended up doing the path I wanted to do, but he had the info to do it, and I did not. So, kudos
You
to
did
him.
have the advantage on him with that Butterfree Beedrill, but
Yeah,
it was actually
you
really
also
clutch that
had
your
an
rock,
advantage on
your
him.
Aerodactyl learned a rock move, because he
You al-
got that off of the Lapras he's fishing up right now on Route 32.
I
So-
figured he fished on 32 for the rock move. I wasn't worried about that.
Yeah, so you also did have an advantage over him for the trade poke because you had that Bellsprout early on. Did it ever occur to you to look at that trade like the moment you got it and see if it was worth running?
You can't pay me enough money to run Rocky.
It
There
was a level 2
is no
Rocky.
USD amount worth me running Rocky.
Well,
It
is it
just
not?
can't be
Is it
done.
not worth it even if it's like a legendary and it balances out to a regular speaker?
No, sir.
No,
sir,
because
not
you get
even
double
for Psychic
experience.
Mewtwo. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, very good.
It can't be done.
I would have a bigger
I hit
issue
level
if you're
11 in
running-
Faulkner's gym, and then I'm waiting till Whitney before I can use its moves again.
I would have a bigger issue if you were to run it. I would have had a bigger issue if you were to run it over the Psychic Mewtwo.
What did it end up being? I don't remember. It was a Machop, right?
Yes. It was funny. Paradox ended up finding one on the way back on Route 29. I think he was finding something, and he got the Dragonair.
Yeah, I knew the trade was free. That's why I didn't bother with like hiding it. And then what was the other thing? Caterpie Butterfree or Butterfree Beedrill, right? No, that was also free.
Yes.
I'm not. When you're doing a race, you're never worried about what your opponent can't do. That's never what's on your mind. So, like, you say you had this advantage over him. I'm like, it doesn't matter. He was gonna get them whether I wanted him to or not.
Welcome, Paradox.
Follow me around, please.
It was the
Welcome,
things
Paradox.
I couldn't do.
Are you not
that
ready to join?
ultimately-
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay,
Whoa.
I dragged you in, and then you got moved back out. I'm like, no, you come here. And I grabbed you again, and then
Good morning.
Congratulations, Paradox, on the win.
Very deserving.
With the Hulk friend versus the Hulk sucks.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, Atuna. I changed the name of it.
you should have forfeited, honestly.
I'm sorry, but
no honor.
hey, I still went and nicknamed it. I even added a letter.
So how did
Hulk
you feel
here
about
was
the match,
worrying.
Paradox?
This Kanga is the poke that that is most wanted EQ of anything I've ever run.
Yeah, I think it's
Mud Slap, Bone Club, Bonerang.
If you would have gotten it to like 40, it would have gotten it for sure.
Probably.
I
was
was
the next
hoping
step
it
in
would
its
have gotten
evolution.
I was hoping you would have gotten Bone Rush just to complete the Bone Zone.
It was really good, though. It was a really good Kanga.
I'm glad you had a good main.
So I'm curious, how come you decided not to run, for example, the Lapras with the Ice Beam Thrash?
So one, it's a Lapras.
What happened
Very, very valid. That Lapras
Two.
is not good.
2, Slash Kanga. Like, this Kanga...
But Ice
meant
Beam
business.
Lapras!
You know that Lapras' special is actually like not super.
I think
great.
it's like 80 for both attack and special.
No, its attack is at least 10 higher.
Alright, let's
I would
find
know
out.
as a Lapras enthusiast. It is
'Cause I think you're right
85,
about
never mind,
Lapras,
I'm actually just wrong. It's 85.
Oh, it's 85-85, yeah, so...
Yeah, no, it's a mix. It's a mixed attacker. But it's
I
just
didn't see the
slow.
Lapras,
You're
I would've
absolutely
run it.
correct though to run that Kangaskhan, the Kangasmon.
After my second Ice
Kangaskhan's
Beam
mom's
TM, I
great.
really wished I'd had a special main. This Aerodactyl sucked, by the way. It's the entire reason.
Oh, you found a
because-
Dactyl?
It wasn't good.
He headbutted it, but yes, he found it. He got
Yeah,
a
Kanga has
Butterfree on
95.
31. He got a Butterfree on 31 that had headbutt, but it seems like Beedrill was also there.
It was.
Oh, I found a Weedle.
Yeah, I heard. Because that's where you found the Alexbuzz Jinx Magmar that we didn't have.
That was
before.
clutch, by the way.
Yeah,
that
I found a
Jinx
Magmar.
Yeah. This is. Let this
I
be
found a
lesson to
Fire
everybody.
Blast Magmar. It was
Everyone in the
scary.
audience, right? You don't have to be like good or bad at these races to win. All you need is info your opponent doesn't have.
That is actually quite true. Because that immediately changed my plans.
Like I quite literally couldn't win because I didn't have that info.
Paradox. So I know you found that Poliwag on Route 44. Did it cross your mind to have it as like an Evolve 4 target?
No. I
don't
don't
think-
remember what level Poliwag evolves at, but it's not good, and I knew I had to do Weedle already.
20, right?
Is it
I think
only
it's like 20. I think it's like 25 or 26 because it was really close.
Ah. I thought that it was a
Oh, it's 25.
28.
No, it's 25 apparently.
Okay, I thought it was a 28, but I knew I had to evolve Weedle, and it was already going to be a chore.
Dude, Evolve.
Yeah,
Four
that was
the
a little bit
biggest trap
closer.
on this
It would have been a
card,
lot longer.
Yeah, Ice Path Weedle.
Huzzah.
At least you got that Magmar though. That was pretty clutch.
I was worried about the Weedle. I was saying it on commentary, but when you caught the Weedle, it was level 26. And I
Yeah.
was very, very worried you would not get the levels needed to evolve it into a Beedrill because, you know, at that level, like, every Pokemon that's not a legendary has the same level curve. So it takes the same amount of experience that it would have taken your Kangaskhan to get from 26 to 27. So I was worried, you know,
But I
you were
had
gonna...
all of Claire's gym.
Yeah, but you did run a little bit close because I think you got the Beedrill on the second to last trainer. So maybe if
Yeah,
like,
the one
I
right
don't know,
before Claire.
if it was like 29 or 28 or 29, that may not have been the case.
Claire was scary.
Oh, by the way,
Paradox.
Paradox. The Beedrill was also the 1500 coin Pokemon. Thank you, Garth.
Oh. Yeah, Claire was scary, by the way.
Was she really?
I would have found out eventually.
Kingler lead. I forget what physical move the Kingler had, but then Cloyster, so another bulky poke. The level 40 Haunter, which thankfully used rollout for some reason.
Anyway,
Sounds
I'm really bad at this game, so
Yo, same.
Well,
Yo,
we'll
same.
definitely
Thank
we
you
definitely
both
enjoyed
for-
watching you play. You know, that is only your first loss at Tuna, so you know if you do win the remainder of the games, you should have a good shot of making that goal.
You're funny if you think I'm beating Athena.
Well, I mean, all it takes is the goal info your opponent doesn't have, right?
True.
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 So I don't know.
I can't lose. I'm the favorite to win the tournament.
Absolutely. That's all you need.
You do have to remember
in your own mind that you are the favorite.
No.
I mean, you just have to be top 3 in your group of 5 to
Yeah,
make it through.
you don't have to outrank Athena. You just have to, you know.
I
don't know. Actually, now that I think about it,
group.
no, not necessarily. But I'm now realizing that if Paradox goes on to win every game, PokeFan's win strength is really good.
Yeah. I mean, assuming he beats me tomorrow, yeah.
No, I'm saying the win strength that he gets from Paradox winning every match from here, assuming that he does, that's a 3-win strength.
Would be insane.
Which is really good.
That would be insane.
So, but live in this world with me, right? Because I don't think me and PokeFan can tie.
It's possible if you guys have
let's live in a world where we just have these like really lofty assumptions that Athena doesn't drop a game and Trickums doesn't actually pick one up, right? I theoretically go 2-2 if I lose to PokeFan, and then he goes 3-1.
He would win on head to head. Head to head comes into strength more over.
No, actually, yeah, it's head to head and then win strength. All right.
So he'd be 2-2, and I would be 1-3, assuming I lose to Athena. So like his tiebreakers will actually never matter.
Well,
It's literally,
you're
assuming we both lose to Athena, it's literally whoever wins that match gets second.
Yeah, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We definitely have, you know, a lot of minds crunching the numbers. By a lot of minds, I mean Septros.
Yeah, Septros.
But...
Septros and his army of machines that do all the work for him.
But
in his crazy mad scientist
Can I just
basement.
pull out this 14 DV Kanga?
No.
It was a
14
boss.
attack is so good. And
We get it. You had a good main.
Also, can I say every starter was a scam?
Yes.
They were all on
the
the first
Scyther
round.
came with an Ice Beam TM, I think.
Oh, I took the giraffe.
Yeah, I know. That giraffe ended up being like the run killer for me. Because every time I found a giraffe, it was just very mean to my undead Charizard.
okay,
Oh,
well, if you
great
guys,
start. I'm
do you guys
sorry.
have any
No, I
closing
ran
thoughts?
Aerodactyl.
Oh yeah,
Closing thoughts. The better racer won.
arguable.
But I definitely could have won if, like, any one thing was better for me. And that's sort of like the thesis statement of these bingos. So it's one of those things where, like, take that as an encouragement if you've ever wanted to play, but you're afraid you're not good enough. Because if they let me in, they'll let anybody in. And then anybody can win in any theoretical sense. You know? Or just takes practice to get the movement down.
I think that's a good point. That really, this tournament is really up to anyone. I mean, the best way to get better is just keep playing.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, Paradox, what about you?
Slash is easily the best normal move in this gen.
Correct. But yeah, anyways, that'll wrap us up here for Paradox versus Atuna. In about an hour on SpeedGaming 2, we'll have me versus Furious Magic.
I will be commentating that, so it'll be me and Pro Pokenoob.
Enjoy losing Hulk.
And then in 4 hours from now, we will have Ladash versus Snorms, and me and Atuna will be commentating that.
Woo! Hulk's got a full plate of commentary.
Yeah, I
That'll
didn't. I
That'll
didn't
be
get
the
to have a
most
Saturday.
entertaining game of the night because I'll be commentating. Excuse you. I'll be commentating.
I didn't get to have a Saturday today, but you know it's been fun. It's been.
I went to work.
I have to go play Among Us.
Okay.
I woke up in time for a match.
And then your kids shut off your router.
Yeah, well, no, there was a problem with the ISP. That's what happened.
Oh.
Yeah, unplugging it tends to be a problem.
Yeah, I thought it was the unplugging. I swear
I thought that's what
happened
it was
a lot.
at first, but apparently it went out.
Well,
before
ISP
that.
only really
IT.
stands for inefficiently supervised Padawans, so it really was your kids.
True.
Thank you everyone for joining us. And please, please, please stay tuned for more matches. There are lots of matches going on today, tomorrow, whenever. Please stay tuned. And see you all next time.